footage, Ed Hartel found the seal inspiring.
In a time of darkness, this has been the light.
SeaWorld San Diego's phone rang off the hook with calls about Sammy. Their rescue team checked on him and found him healthy. Why would he gravitate to surfboards?
My first instinct was maybe there's sharks in the water.
Sharks have killed seals and sea lions at this beach, but Jenny says Sammy seemed calm and unafraid.
His face was really close to me, as if he was gonna kiss me.
Sealed not with a kiss, but a sniff. She posted on Instagram, never getting rid of this board.
Such a magical moment of connection with the nature.
When the Beach Boys said everybody's gone surfing. Who knew everybody would include Sammy the Seal?
Surfing USA. Finally, my favorite part of the day. Special shout out to Lake County Middle School in Ridgely, Tennessee. Go Falcons!
It sounds like I Still Believe by Jeremy Camp. Go Worshippers.
Versus Wolfsburg match. Congrats to all the fans and to Nebraska women's volleyball. Go Cornhuskers. Today's story getting a 10 out of 10 is Dynamite T-Rexcellent, a Jurassic classic. Every year, Emerald Downs Racetrack in Auburn, Washington has a 14 and under T-Rex race where the winners wear T-Rex costumes. But the standout this year was not the winner. It was the 4-year-old best friends who came in last. Our Jeanne Moos has more.
Move over, thoroughbred racehorses.
And they're off in the kids' T-Rex race.
Here at Emerald Downs in Washington State, the first to go down was the blue dinosaur, and the leader lost his shoe, a croc no less. But that didn't stop the one-shoe teenage T-Rex from winning. Competitors had to be 14 and under, long past when the rest of the contestants had crossed the finish line. The fight for next to last place featured these two stragglers.
Was it hard to run in the suit?
Yeah, it's hard.
How hard?
I'm like super hard.
Super hard?
Yeah. I'm having fun.
Alex Schooley and Sydney Petrie are best friends. Sydney is the daughter of the racetrack's marketing director. The two 4-year-olds rocked their warm-up and then held hands as the race got underway.
To watch those two little T-Rexes start to waddle. They were trying to run, but it was more of a waddle.
Everybody dance now!
Sydney kept chewing on a toy T-Rex.
We gotta do the interview first.
Their 100-yard dash was immortalized.
Or we're about to frame it. Careful, Alex.
The two stragglers finally crossed the finish line. Alex just a few feet ahead of Sydney.
Definitely an amazing best friend moment.
And don't you dare bring up losing. That word is extinct in Sydney the T-Rex's lexicon.
First thing she said to me when she crossed the finish line was, "Dad, we won. We won."
Jeanne Moos, CNN, New York.
Being herded across. And for today's 10 out of 10, we're asking, how did the sheep cross the road? A large herd of sheep actually recently crossed the road in Othello, Washington, causing quite the scene. A video shot by a drone showed a massive group of sheep being herded across the road. Think we're trying to be perfidious? Well, look at what it took to get them to the other side with CNN's Jeanne Moos next.
Don't even try counting sheep. There are too many of them. Swirling beneath the drone, recording them in Othello, Washington, a couple of men on utility vehicles herded the sheep while another guy strung plastic fencing across the highway. How did the sheep cross the road? Following each other like sheep, naturally. It felt like something out of Rawhide.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling.
Speeded up, it was weirdly mesmerizing and oddly reminiscent of cow art by a Kansas character who calls himself Farmer Derek. Derek drove around, strategically dropping feed for the cows so that the drone overhead captured them forming a smiley face.
Look at this, it's perfect. Look at that.
Jeanne, CNN, New York.
Meet Kevin. I'm sending him into space. Why?
We're getting a 10 out of 10. A coyote trying to absquatulate from an airport. Police on the prowl for a coyote and its howl at an airport in LA on the runway dodging planes. Who would win the race of this wild and frantic chase of a coyote on the loose? Here's CNN's Jeanne Moos.
At least this coyote is smart enough to look before crossing a runway. Turns out it was running away from the airport police at Van Nuys Airport in Los Angeles. A chopper from KCAL was stopping by to refuel when it captured the coyote chase. We couldn't tell if the police were beeping, but we do know there was no roadrunner in sight. We can't tell you much of anything about the coyote. It did not introduce itself.
My name is Coyote. Wild E. Coyote.
So really, all a wily reporter can do is play comical chase music and let the video roll. Coyote sightings here in the San Fernando Valley are so common, there's a Facebook page devoted to them with posts like, "Coyotes in my house. 2 coyotes just walked into my house through the garage. Dog scared them away." It was the police vehicle's mission to scare the airport coyote away. Unlike Wile E. Coyote, airport coyote did not end up flattened. A spokesperson for Van Nuys Airport told CNN, "We are happy to report that the coyote was able to find its way safely out, ready for departure, subject only to its own coyote control."
You're clear for takeoff.
Jeanne Moos, CNN, New York.
Involving a trailer full of fireworks, it led to a light show that was anything but infinitesimal.
You expect to see fireworks on a national holiday, but not just driving down a dark highway.
Probably the most spectacular fireworks show we'll ever see in our lives. It was quite a sight to behold.
Ryan Kewen was driving with his wife on the Trans-Canada Highway near a town called Hope in British Columbia. Police say a tractor-trailer rear-ended a pickup parked at the side of the road with a trailer full of fireworks in tow. Traffic was stopped. And how long did the show last?
It was about an hour. The first half an hour was non-stop fireworks. So imagine the crescendo of the best fireworks show you've ever seen. It was just non-stop for 30 minutes.
Some dared to get out of their cars, still wary of flying debris. The driver of the pickup hit by the truck had minor injuries, wrote one commenter. Dude, that's better than Disney's fireworks.
Today's story getting a 10 out of 10 is a wild crash landing that helped one buyer knock a couple bucks off a deal. CNN's Jeanne has all the details.
13-year-old Troy Westcott was outside his Mays Landing, New Jersey home shooting hoops with his dog Parker when he heard rustling in the leaves. The dog spotted the deer first. But just as spectacular as the leap was this coincidence. The 2007 Chevy Silverado pickup was for sale. And at the exact same moment the prospective buyer pulled up to cinch the deal, the deer slammed into the pickup. What did he say?
He was just shocked. He's like, oh, wow.
Troy's dad was likewise stunned, but the buyer wasted no time in asking,
how about a little break on the price for the damage to the truck?
The dent left by the young buck saved the buyer $1,000 off the asking price. The sellers started cracking jokes.
We think that the deer was trained. I said, man, I know y'all brought that deer with you.
As the video went viral, commenters had two questions.
People are asking, is the deer okay?
He seems to be okay, spotted on a neighbor's trail camera.
People are asking if the truck is still for sale.
Nope, sold. But it took a flying deer to make a pickup less dear by $1,000. Jeanne, CNN, New York.
How to quickly animate your photographs in Photoshop. For our first animation, choose an image and a stock video with snow.
Well, some major retailers are starting to say goodbye to self-checkout lines. The machines were first introduced in the 1980s, becoming more widely used in the early 2000s as stores looked to cut costs. 10 out of 10 highlights the power of imagination. You've often heard me say that if there's something you want to achieve, you have to see it before you see it, meaning you see it in your mind's eye before you actually see it come to fruition. Well, first grade teacher Miss Sonia White at Trinity Leadership School in Texas wanted to give her students an imaginary experience of taking a trip on an airplane. But what ended up happening was a dream come true.
Texas teacher Sonia White staged a mock trip to Mexico for her students.
I'm going to change my classroom into an airplane.
The first graders at Trinity Leadership School flew Southwest Airlines.
Where are you going?
Mexico.
With their carry-on luggage and even neck pillows.
So now I'm a TSA agent.
A video of takeoff set the mood. Their teacher transformed into a flight attendant.
Apple juice.
After an apparently bumpy landing, look at this kid's face. They arrived in Mexico.
They are going through customs. I am now a customs agent.
The trip went viral and got rave reviews. Best teacher ever.